Oh, it's 420 in the Rocky Mountains. I got a mouthful of peanut butter cracker. 420 came on a little bit quicker than I was expecting. And I'm fixing to have a fart attack. If you don't know what a fart attack is, that's just me trying to have some fun with art, music, and creativity on the YouTubes. Oh, yeah, yeah. And I hope you can have some fun with me. Come on into my fart club. Oh, wait a minute. We're going to the channel showcase first. Here's something I stumbled into right before the stream. This is, you may recognize this person here. And this is called Let's Go to the Mall Quarantine Edition by Robin Sparkles. I just thought it was so cool I had to share it.
Hey there, Jessica. Long time Tory. We can't go to the mall. I'm so sorry. Keep on those jelly bracelets.
Hey, funniest unfunny guy. Mark, Aaron, Jim, Ox. Welcome to the stream. Oh, yeah. Did the sound okay? I basically had my showcase up because I'm doing acrylics today. Adventures in acrylics. And I'm going to be doing some of the style that I've been doing before. And this is basically the what I'm going to be using as my point of departure, I guess you'd say. And this is by, oh, I can't pronounce his name. I See Arts by Ruben Yavigabigabigabig. I can't pronounce his last name. But I've done stuff by this guy before, similar to him. Last week, the micro pens that I've been using are microns. I bought a little set that had micron. This is like a 005, which has a super fine point, an O2, and an O8. It was just a set that you can get. Hey, Iron. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's your other channel. I better give this channel, I'm going to make you a moderator on this channel, too. Because that's the one where I was able to actually leave a message. Yeah, this is what I'm trying to emulate. He did this one, and he did another one that was called Inspirational Vortex. So I think this one will be the easiest one for me to try and use as my point of departure. Hey, Turtle. Iron. Let me move this over here. And when she's done with her song, I'm going to... Oh, what just happened? Today's playlist is actually going to be me and Craig. Just one of my old... just me and Craig playing. It's not that long. I call this playlist the best of two old stoners. And I'm not sure. It's probably mostly instrumental. I might actually sing on a couple of them. I don't know for sure. But
take it home, Mikey.
People have been surprised that I was a musician. Well, I've been a musician for a long time. I just don't do it too much. And this is the painting that I did last week that is based on the same guy's style, which is using, just oddball things to create textures. And I also wanted to show people that one of the things, he always says he's using a stocking cap. I like to just use old socks, and this end of the sock is the part that I like to use because it has like the little ribs. So I'll be using some of this to do some textures. He's also using circles and stuff. And I've used these before. You've seen me use toilet paper rolls. Well, today I thought about this a long time ago. Basically, what I did is I took several toilet paper rolls and just like put them inside each other, and I think I'll be able to get some really cool patterns out of that. But basically so last week I worked on a 5x7, today I'm working on a 6x8. I'm still going to be trying to use up some of these old colors that I had. Basically, these are like the iridescent ones that seem to have, hey Stacy, welcome to the stream. And I don't know if I have, I should have enough paint here. I got my water set up there, I got a rag to wipe my hands, I got my brushes. I think I'm set up to where it shouldn't be too out of control, because a lot of times when I'm doing this painting I kind of get out of control. And I hope I have enough of this, and I've watched his video a few times. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm trying to use up a bunch of the little canvases that I got for Christmas. And I'm just kind of trying to add some of the old paints before I get into some of these new paints. And I'm just using his basic idea of what he did. And he first started off with some blue and some purple, some little iridescent stuff. And of course, I'm going to be doing a whole lot of wet on wet compared to what he was doing. Because I'm sure his was like a time lapse, and I'm sure that he had some dry time in there, especially when he went and he did the black spirals. But I'm going to attempt this, and I'm going to, and like I said once before when I was doing this sort of stuff, is that I really enjoy watching these guys do it, and they call them like tutorials or demos, but they never say anything. They just do it and have like and typically these guys have the exact same music playing in the background, which to me kind of gets boring. But there's like a group of guys that I like to watch, and I have kind of learned that it's kind of a good idea to just kind of wet my brush a little bit, and then he's just well, I guess I need to hold this. This iridescent paint too is really kind of a trip. It just seems like they just put glitter in it. Hey, jacking off. I mean, Seth. Saying jacking off just sometimes, but that's the whole point of doing your name that way, because you get a laugh at when anybody tries to read your name. And I can get that. We all need a good laugh. And that's a great way to get a laugh. Okay, so basically what he just seemed to do is just, well, I want to try and not get that too contaminated right off the bat. Just try and wet my brush a little bit, because I got a long way to go and not much time to get there. But that's kind of what he did here. Oh, and I'll be able to do some more stuff. I want to just try and keep the basic colors as clean as possible. And if you don't know that much, a lot of this stuff is just basic, trying to get stuff to look really cool, is just having a good idea about what kind of colors go well together. And of course, purple and blue are going to go together well. They're going to mix nicely. And I want to leave some space open because there's a lot of yellow and red that I'm going to put in there, so that I will hopefully be able to get some really bright contrast of red and orange and yellow. But I'm not sure how much of this red. I mean, luckily I don't need hardly any paint for this. I'm going to call that good. I'm just going to throw that brush over here, and now these are all like the iridescent. And then, so that's basically what he did during his. So I'm going to put a bunch of yellow out here, because the yellow will mix decently with the blue. When I hit purple with it though, it will kind of turn into a brown. And it looks like I put way too much yellow on there. And then I don't really have a good red, but I'm going to try this. This is more like and this is the iridescent stuff too. And I don't know how much of it I've got. I don't have much of it left. And if it doesn't get things as bright as I want it, okay, so I just used up, and that's kind of what I'm trying to do. I'm kind of trying to use up some of this paint. But the red will mix good in the purple and the blue, and it should work. I'm hoping I can get it, so I'm done with that, but I can still use this lid for my funky little textures that I'm going to do. Oh yeah, great. I go back and I look through the chat and I'll try and write them down. And sometimes I may have done something that you've suggested. I know some people have suggested things that I've already done. So, and I always tell people, well, you can always go back and look at the stuff that I've done. And if you see, especially cards, it's real easy for me to mail you one or send you a digital copy. Okay. So let me get another little thing of water up here so I don't contaminate the two different waters. And I really want the yellow the yellow should be what really makes it shine. So I'm going to try and go through and spread the yellow around as much as I can without contaminating it with other colors right off the bat, so that I've got a lot of nice bright yellows in there. And then be careful not to touch these spots again. I want to try and smooth them off just a little bit right now. I can always come back and smooth them with the sock. I mean, I just love doing that. This guy's artwork. Oh, yeah, do not read this online. Wait till the replay. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so let me see if I can. Now I will go ahead and mix it into the red to try and see if I can't get some orange looking stuff coming out of that. And then once I kind of have all the canvas covered, well, then I'll grab this rag, this sock. I need to have a couple of socks so I don't contaminate them too bad between the different areas. There we go. Okay. I kind of like that. I think that will probably work. And I think I'll start with the yellow and try and work into the purple. Let me just throw that down. I mean, I never know exactly how this is going to work, but it's so fun to try, and I really like this sort of blending technique. It's just awesome. So what I'll do is I'll just try and go around all this yellow and orange and try and blend it before I flip my rag around and try and blend the purple and blue. I might need to, I'm going to just stick on the orange parts right now and then flip it to try and, because I'm starting to contaminate the yellow. Got to be careful not to contaminate the yellow. And I guess I could always come back. Hey, Boogie Woogie Man, right on. Welcome to the stream. That's what I'll do. I'll come into here now and just try and, I may end up putting some more yellow on it. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like once I move on here. I don't think I really need to do much blending on the purple and blue, but I'm going, uh-oh. Let me get another rag here and see if I can. Here we go. Gotta be careful not to dirty it up and turn it into mud. It's too easy to turn that stuff to mud, you know, if you get too many. But yellow and red and yellow and blue go together. It's the purple that would kind of throw a monkey wrench into the deal. Okay. Now the next thing that, I see one spot that needs a little bit of calming down. Now I probably should let that dry for a minute, but I'm not really going to, because the next thing that he did was he got black and did his little spirals in it. So that's kind of what I'm fixing to do too. And I like to use, I call them coffee cans. I mean, I've been using these. They're not cans anymore. These are plastic, but I just collect these coffee cans for my water and my paints and my palette. So basically, I use the coffee can lid as my palette. So I'm just going to squirt as much of this black. And I think this is like the iridescent black too. I mean, if I don't have enough of this, I'll just pull out my regular black, because I got a big old giant. I know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to use up all of this black, because that's kind of what I've been trying to do, is use up my different little iridescent colors. Look, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like I've got glitter on my hands now. It's really a trip. Okay. Tubs, there you go. My coffee tubs. Oh, and I hope you guys have a beverage of your choice. I'm drinking some of Mookie's Magic Coffee. Now let's see if I can do this part, because I think what I'm fixing to do is probably the hardest part of this whole little thing that I'm trying to do. And these are all like super cheap brushes, but I'm going to try it with this brush right here. And I'm not going to add any water to this black, but basically what I want to do is just start with just like a little spiral. Just take this one spiral all the way around. And then how did he do that? He did it like another spiral on the inside of it, I think. Because basically his was just like two little spirals. Oh yeah, it's got the CBD in it. Like, it's great. And it was one of the guys that from Instagram that started following me. Sent it to me. The guy that... and it's great. I mean, I really like it. Now his, I don't know how long I've been doing this, but his whole video was like 6 minutes, and it was like time lapse and everything. So I'm sure he let it dry a little bit. I don't know. Well, I suspect he let it dry a little bit. I don't know for sure, but like I say, I'm not trying to copy him exactly. I'm just using what he did as my inspiration and what I like to call a point of departure. And that should be all I really need to do with the black. But at this point, I've noticed something that he does a lot. I'm going to do it a little bit different than the way that he does it, but I'm going to use another one of these. Let me just turn this sock inside out and see if I can I mean, what he's doing is way bigger than what I'm doing here. But I have noticed that he does this thing where he just like takes the harshness of the line off and kind of blends it into the rest of this. So I'm just going to kind of do that sort of a action on here. Just to try and take the harshness of that line out and let it kind of blend, you know, blend into the rest of the color there. Just a little bit. He does it a little more intensely than I'm doing here. I want to try and keep it as simple and basic and easy as possible, because this sort of thing anybody can do. Um, and I'd encourage people to try stuff like this. I mean, it's super easy. Um, and like I was saying, the key to a lot of this sort of thing is just remembering how colors act with each other and don't overwork it. Now that looks pretty cool just by itself. Hey, Bull, welcome to the stream. Oh yeah, you're friends of Irene too. Right on. Okay, there we go. Let me kind of wipe my hand off a little bit. And now this is where I come through with the different whites and blacks. And let me just go ahead and try what this might be too big for what I really want to do here. Let me squirt some of this see how much of the iridescent white I've got on here. I've got left. Because I've already, oh yeah, I got enough. I got enough here. Enough of this iridescent white to, let me get one of these little bitty cards out here. And these little cards just kind of put a little bit of, I'm going to do it a little bit different. I had been dipping it in there, but I'm going to see about if I can just get my fingers in it and wipe a little bit of it, because every time I go and I try and just drag it across my palette on here, it never really quite works right. So. Yeah, that's the way to do it. That is definitely the way to get the paint on this thing, so I can get a whole bunch of trippy little white lines going on here. Oh yeah, I mean, this is how I've seen him do it. He does this like with his little circles and stuff too. I don't know. Oh, I got a little bit too much on there. Okay. That's okay. What will I do there? Let me try this. Let me see if I can kind of pick it up and move it around with this. Oh, and I can always put something else over that. Okay. Wipe a little bit. I just have this kind of, and be careful not to overwork it. That's always one thing you got to be careful about, is overworking this stuff. I've seen people doing some really cool stuff, and it gets to a point where I'm like going, oh yeah, that's great. And then I'm going like, oh, stop, no, oh, and they take it too far. But like I say a lot of times, it's as much the process of doing it as what you get in what ends up in the end. So now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side of the page with a little bit of black. There we go. That's what I should have been doing. I should have been getting the excess off on my little page here. There we go. That works good. That works even better. Get a whole bunch of little black, funky little black lines going on there. I could oh, that, I just got a great idea. I know what I'm going to do here. Because I was thinking that the yellow got a little bit contaminated. I can get another card.
Oh, when I was trying to do this, I think we got
Throw that card over there out of the way. I'm going to squirt some of this yellow. I got two yellows here. Which one is the iridescent? I'm going to do that with one of these yellow. Yeah, good. So that's just about used up that yellow there. Let me get another one of my little cards here. Do the same thing with it. Put a little bit of yellow on the edge of this card here. Oh no, this isn't the iridescent. This is the some of the leftover neon yellow that I had. And just put a few, just a little bit of this on here. Don't want to overdo it. Just a few little funky little yellow marks out here. I'm wanting to just go nuts on this all of a sudden. Let me, well, oh yeah, I'm digging it. I'm digging this. I really am. Throw a little more yellow on here. Get the excess off. And pick some of that excess back up. Okay. Should I do another color? No. I think now what I'll do is I'll do some of those little circle things, like I did before. Let me put a little bit of white. Because I'm done with this color, so I can just put a little bit of white on this, and it didn't work as good as I was thinking it would. Maybe I do need to. There we go. Don't want it to be too thick on there, just lightly. And then I think I'll do the same thing with just a few little black circles. Need them spread out a little bit. I don't want to go too crazy with that. But I'm really curious to see what this is going to look like. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't get enough white onto this thing to make a trippy little pattern there in the center. I've had this sitting in the corner for a long time wanting to do, well, back from when I was doing this before. And I think I'm going to do it right in the center. Didn't turn out as cool as I was expecting. Oh well. And then, oh wait a minute, let me try a little bit of that with some black too. Just be careful not to. No, it's not picking it up like I was thinking it would. No, I'm not going to do it with the black. But I will put some more black, little black deals. Uh-oh, that's the end of that playlist. Let me wipe my hands off real quick because I got some Magic Jones already, I do believe. It might be a little bit too loud though. My special Magic Jones playlist that I played during the Beavis and Butthead stream. Okay. Okay. What do I want to do now? I think I actually want to try what I've seen this guy do and mix some white. Let me get my regular white. A little bit of regular white. And mix it with this water to where I can get it to basically just drip. Get just a big brush here. Looks like I might need some more. Oh no, this looks like what I want it to do. So what I did is I just mixed my white into with some water so that it'd be like real liquidy. And then you can see that I just kind of tap it on my finger to get some interesting little flashes. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the exact same thing with some black. Because that's what he usually does with his. Let me just... Oh, I know what I'll do. I don't need that anymore, so I'm just going to dump this in there. So I don't need too much. And squirt some of my regular black. Some of my regular black in there and kind of mix it up to where it's pretty soupy and juicy, just like that. Oh, a little bit too much, too juicy. Yeah, I kind of blew that. Let me see if I can add some more black to it. The guy that does it has like his little formula. What did you say, like 50% paint and 50% water? And I put way too much water in. This looks like this might work good though. Rather than using my little splatter brush that I like to use, I wanted to see if I could get some like real, just like really round. That was the whole point of doing it this way, is so that the spots, the little splatters, are like round and not like these splatters that look like blood splatters. Wow, I think that came out pretty dang good. I like that. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, for sure. You got two adults, a teenager, and oh man, your hands are full. I don't envy what you got going on there. Well, maybe if they're all good and they all work together, man, you got it made. That is replaced him with a puppy. Wow, I feel pretty good about that one. That came out nice. I'm gonna have to let it dry pretty good because that white, I don't want to lift it because the white especially was a little bit too juicy. Yeah. I like that. That came out good. I'll be doing drawings again next week, just marker drawings. I basically have 2 more weeks of marker drawings until the end of May. Saturdays I'm going to do more acrylics. Next week I basically have 4 square acrylic magnets that I was given for Christmas that will fit underneath this little space real good. And then after that I'm going to go back up to some 8x10 canvases that I have, and I got 7 12x12 canvases. So next month, I haven't decided if I'm going to do acrylic every day and then just a few marker drawings, but I'll figure it out. I got 2 weeks to try and figure out exactly what I'm going to do next. But man, I've been having a blast doing this. Right on. Glad you could drop in, Bull. That was awesome. And that's pretty much the show for today. I don't know if I can move this stuff around and pull my bell out. I can't quite do my bell that way. I don't think I am. I think I just need to leave this stuff here. And just remember what I always say. Fart jams for life. Fart club forever. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's see. Where am I? Where is it? Where's the music? Oh, that's right. I can do the music. This is from the Windows Media Player is where I got the music coming from there. Let me see. Maybe I can. Let me carefully move this over there. Ah, yes, I can. I can. Because I can set this over someplace. And I love using my little bell. There we go. I can set that onto a place where I can let it dry and pull out my little fart tone bell. And tomorrow I'm going to upload I'm calling it a Still Drum Meditations. I've already made the video back when I made another one, but I just didn't want to have a whole bunch of those sorts of things coming out. And thank you guys all for showing up, and remember, fart jams for life. Fart club forever. Oh yeah, yeah. Have fun with your art. And be good to each other. And this is not a hate club. And if you think it is, well, you must be full of hate. Oh yeah, yeah.